Today we are going to talk strainers. Essentially, strainers are the transition piece between the sink and the waistline. Although there are many different designs, I'm going to show you the two most popular within our business and how the disposal connects. Let's start with the single nut style, or what we grew up knowing as the spin and grin strainer. In the box, it's real easy to identify. You've got your basket strainer in the center, and then attached to the flange that jam nuts to the sink, you have a rubber washer, a paper washer, and then one big brass nut that kind of tightens everything in place nice and tight. Now, just about every plumber I know uses stay put putty to seal the rim on the inside of the sink. Ultimately, you just roll it out, put it around the rim. As you put all the nuts and washers back together in order, rubber washer on the bottom, paper washer, which is a slide washer, and then the brass nut. As you tighten everything together, it's going to squeeze that putty out and make for the perfect seat. From there, just remove your excess putty, ball it up, put it back in the container for the next job. Most kitchen sink strainers are 3.5 inches. The Junior Duo is a bar sink strainer, and it's 2 3/4 inches, and it does the exact same thing as a spin and grin. So let's check that off the list. Let's look at the EasyOn Style next, what we used to call the EasyOn basket strainer. It's got 3 little wing nuts that act as the brass nut. So if you take it out of the box and give it a look, it's got our rubber washer, our paper washer, and then the actual tightening flange tightens where the brass slip joint nut goes for the tailpiece. Remember in the tubular video? So I'm not going to use any putty here just so I don't wreck another strainer, but same principles. Putty the rim, slide your gaskets on, thread the flange onto the brass nut thread, and then just tighten with your fingers, and it just squeezes everything nice and tight right in place. Looking nice, looking nice. So the spin and grin has a thread-in strainer, and the EasyOn has a push-in style strainer. All right, now let's look at a garbage disposal. Again, sinks are just 3.5-inch openings, so all these flanges are universal. They kind of fit any sink opening. Bar sinks are 2 3/4. In a garbage disposal box, you get a flange, the disposer, and a little bit of hardware. I'm going to show you the InSinkErator brand because they have like 90% of the market share in the world because of this design. So essentially, the flange is very much like an EasyOn, where there's 3 screws that tighten up against a retainer ring. The only thing difficult about this job is putting this retainer ring on. So, putty your rim, set your flange, put your hardware up against the bottom of the sink, and then clip in this retainer ring. A little bit tough to film here. And then just take your drill motor or your screwdriver and tighten everything up in place. Once that flange is set, you've got the job by the stones. Easy peasy from here. The seal in the sink is the top of the disposer. And the beauty of the InSinkErator is the fact that it's got this kind of universal rim for all of their disposers. You just push it up in place, rotate the rim, and the further you rotate, the tighter it sits. And so if you ever had to remove it, you simply just take the provided Allen wrench and back it off and put a new disposer in place. Super, super simple. The waste coming out of the garbage disposal is a little downturn 90 that seals up with the rubber gasket. Super simple. Slide your gasket on and then tighten the 2 nuts. Now, last week we talked about air gaps. When an air gap runs into the garbage disposal, there's a little 7/8 side outlet right there. That comes plugged from the factory. So if you don't have a dishwasher, you leave it plugged. If you do have a dishwasher, you take a screwdriver, knock that plug out, and then run your hose to it. Okay, quick recap. This is a very general rule of thumb about strainers. You've also heard me call them flanges and strainers. The strainer's in the center, the flange is what adapts to the sink, but most people refer to them as strainers as a whole. So a full-size kitchen strainer is between 3.5 and 4 inches. There's a huge variance. We refer to it as 3.5. The bar sink style is 2 3/4. It varies from 2 1/4 to 2 3/4. We just use one reference. Every shape, every size, every finish, every connection method is out there. This is just a real quick general overview and the components it takes, how it goes together, and what you're selling. All right, let's talk strainers.